Back in November, Clovis voters overwhelmingly approved Measure Y, aiming to close the city's funding gaps for public safety. Now, in just 6 days, Measure Y will take effect, raising Clovis sales tax by a full percentage point, making it one of the highest taxed cities in Fresno County. Now, on this Wired Wednesday, GVY reporter Edward Smith joins us to break down what the tax hike means for Clovis and its residents. Edward, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Carl.
So we're going to get started here with how much is Measure Y expected to bring in every year?
Yeah, so, city staff, they met at last week's city council meeting. City staff estimated about $26 million annually. Now, that's going to fill about a $5 million shortfall that they had projected without the tax. So that is going to help fill those things, because otherwise they were worried that they were going to have to cut some programs, cut some staff. So it is going to kind of help do, like they said, and fill those funding gaps.
Now, with that being said, the question that may be on most people's minds is, how will Clovis use that money?
Yeah, so they had promised voters that they were going to spend it on public safety, and it looks like if they follow through with how they presented it, that's exactly what they're going to do. So they said about 92% of that money is going to go to police and fire, with police getting about 60% and fire getting about 33%. So what it comes out to is about 12 new officers, 12 new police officers. Some are going to be in patrol, some are going to be in specialty units, and then about six and a half new firefighters. Now, that's enough for a full new crew that could reduce, response times to emergencies.
Gotcha. And then as far as the council member discussing this, what did they have to say about that spending plan?
Yeah, so most of the council members were pretty on board with the way that staff said that they wanted to spend this. They promised voters that they'd spend it on public safety, and that's what they did. So council member Lynn Ashbeck, though, she was a little bit worried that given the economy, given the way that the economy is going, that maybe we're counting the chickens before they're hatched. She didn't want to see she didn't want to see the city spending all $26 million of what they were projected to earn. She was hoping to kind of rein it back, and just in case of some funding concerns. Now, city staff said that they had built in contingencies that just in case, it doesn't, pad through, that there's some areas that they can cut if they don't make all 26 million.
Now, for shoppers who may see this increase, how is this going to equal out for them with this tax equaling out for them as far as shoppers?
Yeah, so people buying, big ticket items like, appliances, those people had been used to seeing, Fresno used to be more expensive when it comes to sales tax. Now this puts them, like you had said, among the highest cities in the Central Valley. They're about just under 9%, 8.9 and some change. So, for a new $1,000 appliance, it's going to be roughly about $10 more in sales tax, or a $5 coffee. It's about a nickel. So that's about that. But yeah, it does put it among the highest cities for the sales tax.
And my final question here, if we can get this in here. So going back to Measure Y when it was announced, how did voters feel about Measure Y when they went to vote for it?
Yeah, Measure Y only needed 50% to pass, but it actually got more than 2/3 of people behind it. So they got a good number of people supported, raising money to help support police and fire in the city of Clovis.
All right, well, we'll see how things start implementing when it takes effect. Edward Smith with GVWire.com, thank you so much for joining us on this Wired Wednesday. Great day. We'll be right back.